There's a stillness to a mountain morning that you just can't find anywhere else. Stepping out the door into the crisp air, watching the first light hit the Santa Ritas, it's the kind of start to the day that makes living on the road worth every challenge. Welcome back to Fate Unbound. Sweetie and I have had an amazing run calling this spot home for the last couple of weeks, and it's hard to beat a front yard like this. But the beauty of having wheels on your house is that there's always a new horizon waiting. It's moving day, and it's time to see what else Arizona has to show us. But before that, we gotta cook some breakfast, and I'm gonna tackle a major improvement to my rig's power plant. I'm doing breakfast just a little bit different this morning. I'm still going with a staple of my diet in the morning, and that is a russet potato, fried in a skillet with a little bit of oil and salt and pepper. Some eggs cooked over easy because I love a runny yolk. But instead of going with regular bacon, I'm gonna be cooking some of the Canadian bacon that I've got left over from when I made Eggs Benedict. It was so delicious, I think it's gonna go great with just my normal breakfast. My breakfast, not yours. Oh yeah, the Canadian bacon goes perfect with all of this. It stands on its own, not smothered in hollandaise sauce. It's got a smoky, kind of mapley flavor. It's delicious, and apparently Canadian bacon is a lot, I don't want to say it's better for you than bacon, but it's not as bad for you as bacon is. And it cooked so much faster than regular bacon. Just in a few minutes, this was fully cooked and ready to go. Yeah, bacon just takes so much longer. Well, now that my stomach is nice and full and I've fully woken up, Sweetie and I are gonna hop in the truck and we are gonna head into the nearest town of Green Valley, Arizona. Having an excuse to go into town is always great because Sweetie loves car rides. You know, typical dog, just head out the window, wind in her face, she's living it up. But the real reason is because there's an Amazon locker there and I've ordered a bunch of stuff for a project I'm gonna tackle this morning, and that is wiring up a new solar controller because I have this ground solar panel, this portable suitcase solar panel that I want to be able to add to my solar input on my travel trailer. Unfortunately, to get where I want to mount this solar controller, I have to take everything out of my pass-through storage because the other side of the pass-through is just completely blocked by the batteries and the inverter, but it's okay. I can still crawl on in there and access it this way. My current rooftop solar array just doesn't provide me enough power in the winter to get by fully on solar, and so I want to be able to plug in this ground solar panel when I need to add another 300 watts of solar input. My rooftop array is 640 watts, so this will boost me by 50%. Now that I'm about to start wiring in the new solar controller into my travel trailer's power system, I need to disconnect power to the whole rig, obviously for safety reasons. But throughout this whole job, I want my refrigerator and my freezer to still run so that my food stays nice and cold. And so I'm getting out a Bluetti power station and plugging my refrigerator and freezer directly into it. And what's really neat about the Bluetti Elite 200 V2 here is that it comes with a cable that has MC4 connectors on one end, so I can connect this solar panel directly to the power station so that it can keep the power station charged up while it's also running my refrigerator. And so I don't have to worry about this power station getting drained down while I'm working. But obviously a power station like this is perfect if you're going tent camping or even RV camping and you don't have a crazy complex solar system on your rig. This basically accomplishes the exact same thing, but all in just one small, easy to carry package. And this is why I like having a portable power station like this on hand, because it gives me flexibility in instances like this. When my main power system has to go down, I have backup power. And I know that this power station will always be there to help me in a pinch because they're built to last with up to 17 years of daily full charge and discharge cycles. That's crazy. Now my refrigerator is a fairly heavy draw appliance, but it's nothing compared to what this power station can output, it can handle 2,800 watts of total output. And Bluetti's AI battery management system in their power station allows you to connect your smartphone via the Bluetti app so that you can monitor and control the power station right from your phone. And really good news for tent campers or RVers that are gonna put this right next to their bed. This thing is insanely quiet when it is operating. It only puts out 16 decibels of noise, and so you do not have to worry about this thing waking you up when it kicks on. And in Herculean mode, it can deliver up to 3,900 watts. And this thing can power quite a bit of camping equipment for a while with its pretty large capacity, 2,073.6 watt-hour battery. And it's pretty wild how portable they've made this thing because it packs over 2 kilowatt hours of capacity into the body of a typical 1 kilowatt hour unit, which really gives you the perfect balance between large capacity and compact size. Now, I've had a Bluetti power station in one form or another since my very early days of travel, and gives me confidence knowing that Bluetti's been around for so long, but also I've seen their products evolve over time, and I can tell you firsthand, Bluetti is ahead of the game. And so just think about how a compact powerhouse like this can enhance your home backup, travel, and outdoor experiences. But I got all this set up, my fridge is running, this is gonna keep it nice and cool, don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna go get back to work. I wish I could just easily add panels to my rooftop array, but for various reasons I can't. One being space, and the second being that these panels are a decade old. They're just outdated, and so really they all just need replaced. That's maybe a project for the future, but for now I think this is a good fix for the short to medium term to just give me flexibility when I need it. I've got this convenient location where all of the factory wiring runs up into my pass-through storage, so I can shove the wire for the case ground up there and pull it the rest of the way through, as well as the positive and negative wires for the solar panel. And then after crimping an eyelet onto the end of this wire, I can then attach it to the case of the solar controller. And then the positive and negative wires for the solar panel can be tightened down into the terminals of the solar controller also, with the positive wire being fused for safety. And I'm using an Anderson connector for the connection between the portable solar panel and the new solar controller so that I can quickly connect and disconnect it. And by mounting this Anderson connector to the underside of my travel trailer's frame using self-tapping screws, this connector will be mounted firmly in place in a convenient location that once I get to my campsite, I can just take out this solar panel and connect it really easily there. And then for the side of this cable that connects to the solar panel, I'm attaching MC4 connectors because that's just what that solar panel already has. All right, man, I'm done and I am stoked. This is such a massive increase in power input for me, and I'm only gonna really need to use this in the winter. In the summer months, I'm bringing in plenty of power with the sun higher up in the sky and up for longer. I did forget a couple things though on this job. I got a fuse for between the solar panel and the solar controller, but I forgot to get a fuse for between the solar controller and the distributor, so I'm gonna be redoing that here in the future. And I also forgot to get the connection wires necessary to connect the new solar controller to the servo so that everything read out on my panel properly. Right now, you can see when I plug in the new solar panel, it just reads as a negative DC in, but everything's still wired in the shunt correctly, and so the power going into the batteries is reading out correctly. But now with that work done, it's time to pack up camp because my time here in the Santa Rita Mountains has come to an end. And I need to pop off my stabilizer jacks because the road out of here is really bad and I don't want to drag these. Packing up the rig always brings a mix of emotions. For the past 2 weeks, the Santa Rita Mountains have been our backyard. Tucked away out here, far from the noise and the concrete, it's exactly the kind of remote wilderness that makes this lifestyle worth it. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy for towing my poor travel trailer down these bad dirt roads, but I've found that they act as a filter. No one else is coming out here except for the occasional Jeep or maybe side by side, so I had this place all to myself. It's been nothing but crisp mornings, quiet trails, and taking the time to actually notice the beauty around us. But as I stow the last piece of gear, that familiar feeling starts to set in. Leaving an area I've lived at for 2 weeks and made lifelong memories in sometimes feels like saying goodbye to a friend you may never see again. But the time to leave eventually always comes. So Sweetie and I are looking forward to more adventures and more memories someplace new. All you other travelers out there know there's nothing quite like the feeling of pulling into brand new territory. We are officially in the Huachuca Mountains. I've never explored this corner of Arizona before, but the second we left the pavement behind and started climbing into this remote stretch of dirt, I knew we were in for something special. The further we push down these dirt roads, the more that sense of anticipation builds. It's remote, it's quiet, and it's full of the kind of hidden natural beauty we're always chasing out here. You can just tell this place has some great stories waiting for us. But first things first, we finally made it to camp. Sweetie is more than ready to hop out and claim her new yard, and I don't blame her. Between this incredible sunset and the quiet out here, I'd say we picked a good spot. Let's get settled in and get some dinner going. Butter chicken's on the menu for dinner tonight, and the way I make it is easy but very hearty. Some people have favorite bell pepper colors, but I like them all. So tonight I'm just cutting up an orange bell pepper as well as a green bell pepper. And of course, you gotta add onion into a dish like this, and I found that baby bella mushrooms really set this dish off. And every time I cook with bell peppers, I, of course, always let Sweetie crunch on some. She loves them. I then cut up about a pound of chicken before putting that in a skillet and frying it with no oil. And this is an Indian dish, so of course I'm gonna make some rice in my rice maker. I love this thing, it makes life so easy. Once the chicken is cooked thoroughly, you can dump in the butter chicken sauce and then dump in all of the veggies once they've cooked as well. Stir all that up and let it simmer for about 15 minutes to really cook in that flavor. Lay down a bed of rice on a plate, put the finished buttered chicken down on top of that. Oh, it looks so good. Oh man, I changed into my pajamas. It is a beautifully warm night with clear skies. I decided to eat dinner outside because, you know, I've been camped near Phoenix and Tucson for the past 5 weeks or so now, and so there's been a lot of light pollution in the sky at night, but I'm in a pretty remote part of the Huachuca Mountains now, and I don't think there's gonna be much of any light pollution, and so yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner outside. The stars are out. I couldn't really film much of setting this campsite up just because the sun had started to set, and you know, it takes a while to set up this travel trailer and get everything ready, so I just had to, you know, crank that out while I still had some daylight. I'm really excited, man. After the long day I had, this dinner is well deserved. We're gonna have a nice quiet dinner outside under the stars, man. This is what camping is all about. Well, that dinner was delicious, and what a perfect way to end such a busy day, having dinner under the stars, so calm and so peaceful. And I am just so excited for all of the adventures I'm gonna have here. I've got a lot planned. I'm camped on the west side of the Huachuca Mountains, so on the opposite side of Sierra Vista, but the Karchner Caverns are a little over an hour drive away from here, so I'm definitely gonna check those out because I love caves. There's a nearby lake, I think it's Parker Canyon Lake. There's a whole campground and everything there, so Sweetie and I are gonna go check that out because she loves water. The Coronado National Memorial is really close by too, and the drive there seems really interesting, just down mountain dirt roads from where I'm at to get there, and so that's just driving there is gonna be a lot of fun. And then just the untold hiking and off-roading opportunities. I'm really excited to get my quad out and ride that all around here, so yeah, it's gonna be awesome. But But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video and you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, you can go through that QR code right there, and I'll also drop a link down in the video description below. But if you want to support the channel in ways that don't cost you any money, then, oh, hello. Please consider subscribing, give the video a like, and hype the video. I believe you have to be on mobile, so tablets or phones, but you guys have been so awesome with hyping my videos. Really helps me out. I do really appreciate that. But today has been a full day, so we're gonna call it here, and I'm actually gonna get ready for bed, crawl up under these sheets, get nice and comfy. Oh, it's been a long day, and we're both pretty tired. But until next time, my name's David. Her name is Sweetie. This is Fate Unbound, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Huh. Well, okay then. Wow.